As a survivor of narcissistic abuse, perhaps you have lost all hope in healing and recovery. You think my life is going to be a mess because it has been a mess. You have stayed with a narcissist or you're currently in the relationship and it's been going on for years. And you say, what difference does it make? Because right now, depression, a lot of sadness, a lot of anxiety has taken over and it's really difficult for you to even function. So you perceive your future to be that dark. But hear me out. There is hope for you, and I can guarantee you this. There is healing, there is recovery, and there is a lot of thriving waiting for you. You just have to watch this episode until the very end to discover what all possibilities are waiting for you and how your life can improve if you choose to leave and if you choose to do the healing work. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. Today in this episode, I'll be talking about 5 ways your life improves after narcissistic abuse. I have chosen this topic because most of the time I and other narcissistic abuse experts talk about narcissists do this, narcissists do that, and this is how you get impacted negatively. But what about the positive aspect? What about the brighter side? It's not doom and gloom after all. There is hope. And today I have decided to familiarize you with the same. If you find that interesting, if you are eager to learn more, please make sure to subscribe before we begin, because as I always say, your subscription to the channel may help in spreading awareness about narc abuse. Number 1, nights become peaceful and you are able to experience restorative, deep sleep. Now, this thing may be a small, insignificant thing for those who have not been through what you have been through. They may say, oh, what's big about that? But you and I both know how huge that is. Narcissism is all about creating chaos. And when you deal with that chaos, you're not able to be yourself. You're not able to enter that state of rest and digest, which means you're not able to relax. You're not able to sleep. They also deprive you of sleep by triggering you in so many ways. You're not able to rest properly. Now that the narcissist is gone, you can imagine sleeping peacefully because nobody will be there, ready to disturb you, ready to fight with you. Nobody will be banging the doors. Nobody will be screaming and yelling at the top of their voice. Nobody will be there creating drama unnecessarily. That is heaven. And I know you can relate with that as a survivor, because the absence of that, we are not used to it. And now, after having left, you can feel that. Maybe you are living in just one single room. It's fine. Maybe it may not be a big place, but for you, it's everything. If you have not left already, this is your motivation. Restorative, peaceful nights, along with deep sleep, are awaiting for you. Number 2, celebrations become real. Birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I can go on and give you a list of all the big occasions. They become real for you. Why? Because you know when you are in a relationship with such a dementor, what do? They suck in all the emotion, positive emotion. They spread negativity all around. They make it about themselves. They sulk, they cry, they pretend to be sick. You know how they play out their dramas. It is a never-ending battle. Eventually, you start hating these occasions because they don't bring in happiness, they don't bring in joy, or they don't give you a sense of togetherness. Quite the opposite, they give you a lot of anxiety. Now that the narcissist is gone, you may have a little, but in having that, you can have a lot. Why? The chaos won't be there. Nobody will be questioning the list that you make. Nobody will be belittling the food that you cook. Nobody will be harming you in so many invisible ways. Nobody will be weaponizing your relatives, your friends and family against you to isolate and triangulate you. Nobody will be punishing you. You will be on your own, maybe with your children, maybe with your pets, maybe just one more person, your best friend. But there will be a true celebration, And that the major part of that celebration would be just simplicity, the absence of chaos. And I am speaking that from my experience. Earlier, all the celebrations used to be days of panic, and I would prepare for those days ahead, weeks ahead. But now they bring in real joy. It's like, wow, it's coming, the day is coming. It gets me pumped up, excited. Earlier, it used to be the opposite. And I can tell you, the same excitement and more is waiting for you as well. Number 3, your skin and hair regain the glow and strength once lost. Why? Because your body is able to release a lot of stress. There is no incoming flow. There is no constant exposure to the same crap that you had to once put up with. Now you can relax, and naturally, a lot of survivors experience a major glow up. Have you experienced that as well? Let me know in the comments. It's entirely different. You all of a sudden lose tens of kgs, pounds. You're not on any diet, you're not exercising a lot, but you don't know where is that belly fat gone, or why don't you look that puffed up anymore? The cortisol levels are down, your blood is not flooded with stress hormones, your nervous system is not always worked up, your brain is calming down, you feel safe in your environment. You know there isn't any person now who will be grilling you, who will be interrogating you. You know you can be at peace with whatever you have. You can be with yourself, and you can finally breathe. You can finally let your organs rest, primarily your heart, your vascular system. That is huge. So that glow, that strength to your bones, to your muscles return. Your health is restored in so many ways once you let this garbage take itself out. Number 4, and the most exciting one, your children's happiness and stability overall increases. Some people stay in the relationship thinking they will protect their children from the narcissist because they will be constantly there. And I understand that, I respect that, but that does not happen because these children are getting vicariously traumatized. What does that mean? That means when they see you getting traumatized, they also feel bad. That trauma is stored in their body. They are deeply connected with you. They don't have any safe place to go to. They're stuck in this environment with a narcissist, constant 24/7. The traumatization is continuous. But when you separate the households, yes, they have that occasional intermittent exposure to that stress, but then they have a safe haven to return to. They know after that phase they'll be coming back to you, and that is what gives them hope. That is what gives you a chance to work on them, to heal them. So naturally their happiness increases, their childhood becomes better. When these poor children are left alone with a narcissist, their nervous system enters a state called immobilization. They fawn. They're not able to express their true emotions. They do what they are told to do, or they do what they know will keep the narcissist happy and satisfied. But when you leave and you create that safe space for them, they move from immobilization to mobilization, which may look quite weird because they might act out, they may throw tantrums, they may be resentful, but know that these are the signs of the expression of that rage they can't take out on their narcissistic parent. So you essentially help them heal while they are dealing with that stress. You help them become resilient, since constant exposure to stress is not what is needed for true growth. Some exposure and then break from it, we call it pendulation, back and forth, is what leads to optimal growth. Keep that in mind, and if you have not left already, this is what is waiting for you. And if you already have left, work on creating this kind of situation for yourself and your children. 5, and the most important one, you're able to reconnect with people, create new relationships. A narcissist isolates you from the entire world for the fear of being exposed. They know if you talk to your friends, if you talk to your family, they will tell you the truth. They will tell you what's going on, and their gaslighting won't work. They won't be able to put you in a hypnotic trance. But once you leave, think about this. Think about having maybe a small circle like I have. I don't have a lot of people in my life, but a small circle of good people, people around whom I'm not walking on eggshells anymore. I know who they are. I know how authentic they are, and I know what to expect. You won't be walking on eggshells anymore. When with a narcissist or when around their minions, you can't be yourself. You always have to watch your words. You always have to prepare for what is coming. One small mistake and there it goes. Everything is destroyed and ruined. But now think about the alternative. You are able to create new relationships. You're able to feel nourished because of their presence. And we can't say, oh, you have to be on your own all the time. That is what leads to growth. Of course not. Maybe to a certain degree that is true, but not fully. We are social beings. We need each other to co-regulate. That is how our nervous systems are built. So you get that opportunity. You get to know goodness in this world. With the narcissist, you only feel the bad. You get to experience the dark side of humanity. But when you are with other people, and you may ask him, are there good people? I can assure you there are. And you may then ask, I can't trust. That is the wound, the betrayal wound, which you will be able to heal only when you leave the betrayer. And then you will be able to naturally trust. Trust is not done consciously. Trust happens when the other person gives you a lot of reasons to trust them. It just happens. You don't choose to trust. They win your trust without doing anything directly to get your trust. So keep that in mind. If you have been waiting for a message to leave, this is it for you. If you have been feeling hopeless and you have recently left, this message is for you. There is a lot of recovery waiting for you. And for those who have reached these milestones in their healing journey, please drop your experiences in the comments. Help others feel hopeful. Show them the brighter side that is waiting. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for being here, for continuing to survive. Thriving is waiting. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.